watching VNews Bulletin. Bang from Hanoi, and now the headlines as usual.
Vietnam and Malaysia upgrade ties to comprehensive strategic partnership. Vietnam, Cambodia boost legislative relations. And later on, Vietnam leads Southeast Asia in number of organ transplants.
Party General Secretary To Lâm, his spouse, and a high-ranking Vietnamese delegation are on an official visit to Malaysia at the invitation of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. On November 21st, the party leader held talks with the host Prime Minister after a welcome ceremony.
The visit by the Vietnamese party leader marks a new milestone in deepening the already excellent cooperation between Vietnam and Malaysia, and paving the way for a new, higher level in their bilateral relations. Vietnam and Malaysia established their diplomatic relations in 1973. The bilateral relationship has developed well on the basis of a strategic partnership set up in August 2015. Party General Secretary To Lâm and Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim agreed to elevate the Vietnam-Malaysia relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. They also agreed to enhance the effectiveness of relations across party, state, government, and parliamentary channels. The leaders committed to advancing cooperation in the halal industry and encouraging businesses from each country to expand investments in the other's market. They pledged to enhance collaboration in science, technology, and emerging industries, focusing on the green economy, innovation, digital transformation, green energy, and other key sectors. Both leaders commended the close coordination and mutual support in multilateral forums, particularly within ASEAN and the United Nations. They reaffirmed the significance of maintaining peace, security, stability, and freedom of navigation and aviation in the East Sea. On this occasion, Party General Secretary Lâm and Prime Minister Anwar witnessed the exchange of Memorandum of Understanding on enhancing trade promotion and another on renewable energy cooperation. Following their talks, the leaders co-chaired a press conference. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim stressed the significance of the Vietnamese party leader's three-day visit marked by the upgrade of the relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. The party chief said he believes that the comprehensive strategic partnership will open a new chapter in the bilateral ties.
On the afternoon of November 21st, General Secretary To Lâm met with Speaker of Malaysian House of Representatives Tan Sri Dato, Johari bin Abdul. Both leaders emphasized the importance of Malaysia being the first Southeast Asian country visited by General Secretary To Lâm in his new role. The Vietnamese leader proposed that under the enhanced partnership, Malaysia's parliament, particularly the House of Representatives, strengthen its collaboration with Vietnam's National Assembly. He reaffirmed Vietnam's active support for Malaysia in successfully assuming the ASEAN chairmanship in 2025. The speaker underscored Malaysia's deep appreciation for its relationship with Vietnam and expressed a strong desire to work closely with the country in enhancing ASEAN's position in the region.
On the afternoon of November 21st, General Secretary To Lâm met with Malaysian Senate President Awang Bami Awang Ali Besa. The Senate President highly valued the elevation of bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership. The Vietnamese leader urged Malaysia's parliament, including the Senate and the Senate President, to actively support and advance the implementation of the cooperation frameworks agreed upon by the two countries' leaders. Both leaders agreed to prompt relevant agencies to quickly develop and implement a comprehensive action plan to carry out these cooperation initiatives.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, his spouse, and high-ranking Vietnamese delegation are paying official visit to the Dominican Republic. We have more in the following report.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and President of the Dominican Republic Luis Abinader Corona held talks in Santo Domingo on November 20th morning, local time. Both leaders affirmed the significance of the first high-level visit since Vietnam and the Dominican Republic established their diplomatic ties on July 7, 2005, hailing it as a historic milestone and a vital impetus for elevating the bilateral ties. The host and guests stressed the necessity to improve the legal framework for bilateral cooperation. They agreed to deepen bilateral cooperation in all areas, including trade, investment, avoiding double taxation, renewable energy, and climate change response. The Vietnamese leader proposed the two sides negotiate a free trade agreement, an investment protection agreement, as well as agreements on cultural, educational, and training cooperation, and another on ordinary visa exemption. The two leaders emphasized the need and potential to expand business and investment cooperation between the two countries, especially in telecommunications, energy and oil, construction, agriculture, and tourism. Following the talks, the two leaders chaired a joint press conference and announced the Vietnam-Dominican Republic Joint Declaration, reaffirming the determination of both governments and outlining the directions and measures agreed upon to further strengthen the solidarity, friendship, and cooperation between the two countries in the future. The same day, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh had separate meetings with President of the Dominican Republic's Senate Ricardo de los Santos Polanco and President of the Chamber of Deputies Alfredo Pacheco in Santo Domingo. The Vietnamese leader also revealed his proposal for the two countries to promptly negotiate agreements on free trade, investment protection, cultural and education training cooperation, and visa exemptions for ordinary passport holders. The leaders of the Senate and the Chamber of Deputies affirmed their support for the directions and measures proposed by both governments to bring the friendship and cooperation between the two countries to a new development stage. They were also committed to strongly supporting the early negotiations on agreements on free trade, investment protection, cultural and education training cooperation, and visa exemptions for ordinary passport holders, believing that achieving these agreements soon will bring tangible benefits to businesses and citizens of both countries and significantly elevate the bilateral relations to a new height. Also on November 20th, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh received General Secretary of the United Left Movement, MIU, Party and Minister of Regional Integration Policies of the Dominican Republic, Miguel Mejia. The Vietnamese leader proposed the party, with its role as a member of the ruling coalition, continue to support directions and measures to strengthen and develop the traditional friendship and cooperation between the two nations. Miguel Mejia said his party wants to continue exchanging and learning from Vietnam's experiences and achievements in national development and international integration.
Chairman of the National Assembly, Trinh Thanh Minh, paid an official visit to Cambodia, where he will also attend some international events hosted by the neighboring country. Join us to see the top legislature's activities on November 21st.
The visit, Chairman Man's first official visit to Cambodia as chairman of the Vietnamese National Assembly, holds significant importance, reaffirming Vietnam's foreign policy set forth by the 13th National Party Congress, which gives high priority to the good neighborliness, traditional friendship, comprehensive cooperation and long-term sustainability with Cambodia. National Assembly Chairman Trinh Thanh Minh and Cambodian National Assembly President Samdech Khuon Sudari agreed that relations between the two countries' legislative bodies are thriving both bilaterally and multilaterally. The leaders agreed to continue leveraging the role of their legislative bodies in promoting bilateral relations. They pledged to oversee and encourage the effective implementation of treaties, agreements, and commitments by ministries, agencies, local authorities, and businesses. Both sides also agreed to strengthen information sharing and exchange experiences to enhance the efficiency of parliamentary activities. They further committed to maintaining close coordination and mutual support in multilateral forums, including interparliamentary platforms where both countries participate. The leaders vowed to work with ASEAN member states to uphold solidarity, unity, and ASEAN's central role in addressing strategic issues affecting the security and development of the ASEAN community and the wider region, including the East Sea issue.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs held a press conference on November 21st. See more in the following report.
Vietnam resolutely and persistently pursues measures in line with international law, including 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, to exercise its sovereignty over the Truong Sa as well as its sovereignty, sovereign rights, jurisdiction, and legitimate interests over its territorial waters, spokeswoman of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Pham Thu Heng said on November 21st. Heng made the statement in response to a reporter's question regarding the Philippine president's signing of the Philippine Maritime Zones Act and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act and China's announcement of standard names for parts of the islands and reefs in the East Sea. Vietnam respects the rights of coastal countries in issuing internal laws and regulations pertaining to the seas in accordance with the UNCLOS 1982, Heng said. Vietnam requests other countries to fully respect its sovereignty over the Truong Sa archipelago and its rights towards its territorial waters, as stipulated by the UNCLOS 1982, the spokeswoman said.
Vietnam has established itself as the leading nation in Southeast Asia for organ transplants, performing over 1,000 procedures each year for the past 2 years.
Since the beginning of 2024, Vietnam has recorded 28 organ and tissue donation cases, doubling the number from 2023. This marks the highest ever record. Currently, Vietnam is home to 26 transplant centers with modern technology and skilled personnel. However, a significant challenge persists. 96% of organ donations come from living donors, while donations from brain-dead donors account for just 4%, which is far from sufficient to meet the growing demand for transplants. According to the Vietnam Tissue and Organ Donation Advocacy Association, approximately 100,000 individuals have registered for posthumous organ donation, yet tens of thousands of patients remain on transplant waiting lists. The scarcity of available organs leads to dozens of patient deaths daily. Annually, around 300 brain-dead patients could provide over 6,000 organs and tissues, yet many of these are not utilized.
Vietnam's industrial and digital sectors are experiencing a strong growth, fueled by a surge in foreign direct investment inflows, large-scale infrastructure projects, and a favorable legal environment, according to Sunvin's Vietnam.
Vietnam's shift towards high value-added production, along with the expansion of logistics capabilities and data centers, is enhancing its position in the global supply chain, Savils Vietnam said in a report released in early November. According to the report, the success of Vietnam's industrial sector is supported by several factors, including a dynamic workforce, government incentives, openness in trade cooperation, a strategic location, and continuous infrastructure upgrades. High-value industries such as electronics and semiconductors are driving growth, shaping real estate demand, and attracting regional investment. With competitive costs, a strategic location, and participation in numerous trade agreements, Vietnam is well-positioned to seize this new wave of investment.
The Department of Tourism of the southern province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu has announced its tourism promotion program for the last quarter of the year and unveiled new destinations, tours, and routes within the province.
The department is collaborating with tourism businesses and the Tourism Association to develop attractive promotion packages. Currently, 50 enterprises have joined the initiative, offering discounts ranging from 20% to 80% on accommodations and other services. Travel companies and destinations have also introduced supplementary service packages for tours and routes, enhancing visitors' experience. On this occasion, the department introduced 230 tourist destinations and 54 tour routes, including 12 tours tailored for cruise ship passengers. Leveraging its abundant tourism resources and diverse attractions, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu aims to provide travel companies with more opportunities to revitalize local tourism. Visitors will enjoy a wider selection of exciting tours and destinations, encouraging longer stays in the province.
And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.